Okay, welcome back, creatures of the night and Canaanites, as we continue our journey through the Brothers of Destruction story, the greatest story WWE has ever told, with my brother of destruction from Canada, Kanenite10, as we take a look back on the road to SummerSlam 2000 before The Undertaker and Kane meet for the infamous grudge match. We take a short pit stop to the August 14th edition of Monday Night Raw to see an infamous attack on The Undertaker take place. But before we get there, see how is my good friend Kanenite10 doing today?
I'm great, man. Yeah, this is an infamous attack, and nobody remembers it, I swear.
Yeah, I
But this
think,
is like core memory from my childhood. Distinctly, this is the first time I've ever seen someone go through a ring, and it was just like, holy crap, like the coolest thing to me at the time. It still is. I really like this.
yeah, it's funny you say it's a core memory. It definitely is a core memory from my childhood as well. I I distinctly remember Big Show putting The Undertaker through the ring back in 1999. And then a year later, the same thing happens to The Undertaker again, but this time by Kane. So it just seems like all my memories of people going through the ring, it's always The Undertaker going through the ring. Um, but yeah, it's funny you say that because this is definitely a core memory that I vividly remember.
Yeah, this is like one of my. Obviously, we sort of spoke. I was into wrestling in '99, but this is like where I really remember stuff like Biker, Undertaker. I do have memories of Ministry, Undertaker, just the very trail end, like we've said. But this was like, oh yeah, and this, I don't know why, but this Kane just really sticks out to me as well.
Yeah, and we'll get to see how this Kane looks and see your thoughts on his attire and how Kane is just presented here in this feud. There's very brief feud with The Undertaker midway through 2000 um, before we move on throughout the rest of the story. So
Yeah,
we are at the August 14th, 2000 edition of Monday Night Raw, where The Undertaker faces Chris Benoit um, in a match on Monday Night Raw. I am at season 8, episode 33 on the Peacock. Uh, Clocked in at 44 minutes and 17 seconds, just as The Undertaker's gong has hit. And Canaanite, you are on YouTube, Daily Motion. Where are you at?
I'm on YouTube and I'm at 20 seconds. Undertaker's going just hit as well.
20 seconds just before The Undertaker's gong hits. So let's take a look back at this very infamous moment, especially our core moments from our childhood. In three, two, one, play. And of course, I have You're Going to Pay, dubbed over Kid Rock.
I don't. I got good old Kid Rock.
If only WWE would get the rights to this song. I mean, it'd make these moments so much better.
I hate that they don't. And I hate that also Cactus Jack's music is just trash. Whatever they use on Peacock in the network is just garbage compared to his classic riff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So here we're showing some little insight. I remember this very well too.
The Big Show.
Kane getting chokeslam through the are they showing that on yours?
Yeah, I remember this
Yeah,
too.
getting chokeslam through the stage.
Yeah.
I also remember after that, Kane was like refusing help. Like they're trying to get him on a stretcher and he kept pushing it away. And as a kid, I'm like, whoa. I don't know why, but that's just something I very remember about that. I love this theme for Chris Benoit.
Oh yeah, one of his first theme.
Yeah, his first WWF theme. It's so good. And like honestly, I'm kind of excited. Chris Benoit was a really great wrestler.
He was
Obviously, what he did is atrocious, and he deserves what he has gotten since, but
Yeah, it's one of the only times Undertaker and Chris Benoit meet. The other time I said Rebellion 2000 and another SmackDown match for the number one contendership for the title. So very rarely do they meet each other.
it's funny. Kane had a bit of a feud with Benoit in 2004. Oh, there goes the ref all the way into the ring. Nice. I like that.
I think that's
I
yeah.
remember this Undertaker here got most overrated of the year for the Wrestling Observer newsletter in 2000.
Oh, well, that's Meltzer for you.
And I also remember, yeah, I'm not a fan of Meltzer. I also remember, wow, they're going quick in this match.
This is
They're just go, go, go.
as I always
I mean, it's probably going to be a 6-minute match, but yeah.
refer to this Undertaker, it's the No Mercy Undertaker. This is the base, how Undertaker looks in the No Mercy game, the base model.
I really wish No Mercy had had a proper theme for him rather than the generic theme that they
I
gave him.
know. I know. I always hated the Raw theme for him. That's why I always gave him. I think one of the original songs. I think it's like a Undertaker, like kind of like an Undertaker theme song. It has like a gong in it, so that's why always what I gave him.
Is it that
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Andre the Giant and them used to come out to that one, yeah. Benoit was just so good. Like his snap, his tenacity, his aggression, like he's just supposed to catch that, but I remember everybody also complaining in this era saying Undertaker was fat, and I just never understood that. I don't get it. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
think
see
it.
it. I think we talked about that before in the King of the Ring episode.
Like I guess he's definitely heavier, but like I thought he was pretty heavy in the Ministry era. If you're completely honest with, you know,
Yeah, he's skinnier here than I last saw him in '99.
like I'm not saying he was fat in the Ministry era, but he certainly had some weight on him. I always thought like he wasn't as toned as he became later in his career. So I never understood why they thought he was fat here.
I maybe because he's just looks bigger than all the other superstars. They thought so, but it's a
Or
unfair
he's wearing the
remark.
loose shirt, maybe. The loose shirt maybe is doing it. This ring sounds really weird tonight.
Of course, yeah. Of course, the loose shirt does make you look bigger, but that's how he's looking here. So yeah.
This ring sounds weird. This is a very weird sounding ring.
Well,
Very loud.
I think it's because there's a big gaping hole that's gonna be.
Oh yeah, right. I never even thought of that. I was just legit sitting here thinking like the boards sound really weird on this ring, but yeah, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. The board does sound
Also, I
really
wonder how
weird.
they do it. Like
I think
is
it's because of the large gaping hole.
well, it's obviously not that gaping because Shane just ran over it. So there's something underneath it, holding it for now.
I'm sure, yeah, because this was like
Well,
half.
I'm always curious, like if they just have the guys avoid that area, or if it's like now they're setting it up, like right now, or when Kane comes out, they set it up quickly, or pull the pin and get the boards from underneath the support, take away the support.
Undertaker's in the crippler crossface. Oh, I do like that American Badass shirt in the front there with the scroll
Oh, I
and
missed it.
the scroll and his outline of him and his motorcycle. That's a nice one.
Kane's looking pretty beefy here. He's got a bit of a tan.
Yeah, Kane's looking good here
Oh yeah.
with
This
that
is Kane's like prime, I think, for body size and shape.
large oversized glove.
Yeah, this is the glove that he wore all through 2001. Well, keep in mind the last glove that he had on got burnt, so I assume he went to this one after.
That's true.
Fun fact, this might be the imposter glove as well that the imposter Kane wore. And the belt. The belt is for sure imposter Kane.
Oh no.
Oh, missed it.
No, double. Oh, oh God.
Missed it.
I remember that. He did. Just like his first tombstone.
And even when he gets it, he still only gets like half of it, I swear.
Oh,
How's it feel, Kane says. Does Kane exit the ring cool? Of course he does. I love that. Yeah, that's the imposter belt, and I haven't seen the glove up close, but I'm pretty sure that's the imposter glove too, that the
Really
imposter Kane ended up wearing. Yeah, I know
interesting.
it's the belt for sure. The gauntlet might be the same too. That's not the imposter glove. That's the imposter belt though.
Oh, Kane sitting on the Undertaker's motorcycle.
I remember I went to daycare around this time of my life. Also, look at Kane's tricep here. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, that large vein.
No, just like the bulge of his
Oh
tricep.
yeah.
I remember going to daycare the next day after this, and the guy at daycare, he used to like wrestling as well, and he was teasing me that Kane was had his feet down the whole time.
Oh, a little Kanenite 10 in daycare. That's cute. So
Actually, fun
yeah,
fact, the first pay-per-view I ever saw, I remember this to Undertaker backstage. Are you at this point?
no, it cut to a commercial.
Oh, it's showing the Undertaker backstage and he's selling it.
I think I remember that. Yeah,
He's like sitting down, yeah.
but yeah,
Oh,
I
now they're showing them fixing the ring now too. The
I
ring crew, they're just the refs.
when I first trying to cue this up for when we were talking about it, I said, "Oh, this is definitely the main event because they're not going to do this halfway through," and it's like halfway through.
Oh yeah.
It's like what the heck? But definitely, like we were saying, definitely a core memory. I vividly remember Undertaker being pushed through that ring as I still remember Big Show doing it to him as well.
That
But
one I don't remember until I got the internet when I was older. Saw it. That
yeah,
was a much better one in my opinion, but made worse by the Big Show falling into the hole after. I
I remember
hated
that.
I hated that. But the initial go through, maybe it was the camera angle that made it better, but that was he
Oh
was
yeah,
like totally in there.
I remember they were totally in there. Then Big Show falls in and then kicks Undertaker getting out. Oh yeah,
That was so stupid. I
I'm not
hated
a
it.
fan of Big Show.
Yeah, the more I talk about it, I'm like, man, there's like a lot of things Big Show did that I did not like.
Like throwing Kane through the SmackDown entrance ramp.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like stuff like that. It was stuff that I'm like, that looks like shit. Not just I dislike you because you beat up my favorite guy, but like, why'd you fall in the hole and stomp on the like that looks stupid. That's just dumb.
That's true. That's true. So a good match between Undertaker and Benoit that was ruined by a sloppy DQ finish by Shane McMahon. And but it does give us a good moment of Undertaker and Kane briefly reuniting before Kane turning his back on his brother and chokeslamming him through the ring. So that brings us to where we are today at SummerSlam 2000. One of my favorite matches, if you would put it like that. I just like the way that this match flows of the battle, the grudge type match between them, no real clear winner. Undertaker going after Kane, Kane's mask, because that's supposed to be like Kane's kryptonite, the removal of his mask as the ultimate revenge that the Undertaker can think of here. And one thing when I was watching this back, I always got that feeling like I remember like last year in 1999, Undertaker was attacking Kane and Undertaker was attacking X-Pac because he felt that Kane was becoming too human. He was turning his back on his monster roots. And what I thought was a cool twist of fate here is I almost got that feeling from Kane turning his back on the Undertaker here. Like
Well, he says that. He
you
says
can.
that's why he attacked him.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see
He
that.
actually I have the promo even before, but he like the next week on Raw, Kane came out in his inverted attire. Maybe it was SmackDown, and they said, "Why'd you do it, Kane? Why'd you do it?" And he says, "Why did I attack my brother? Because I am a monster."
Speaking
And
like
that was his
Frankenstein.
reasoning.
Yeah, that's immediately where my mind went to, is that Undertaker now has become the human side of the human brother. And now Kane doesn't want anything to do with that. Kane wants to revert Undertaker back to his monster roots. So I think that's a cool kind of twist that we saw from the previous year. And also, seeing like the Undertaker become everything that he fought against, of becoming more human. But yeah, what are your thoughts before we get into the match? What are your early thoughts on SummerSlam 2000?
Another very big core memory. And like
Yeah,
Kane debuting the singlet. Kane looks great in this match. I've always enjoyed this match. It's just a brawl. I know some of
yeah,
my other wrestling friends kind of are like, meh, but I always enjoyed this match. Yeah, and like Undertaker taking Kane's mask, and then on Raw and whatever, when he would have that mask on his bike for a while after, right?
yes, yeah. It's almost like a
Yeah, and then
little trophy.
his rip mask. And it
Yeah,
was like a big deal for me in the day because it was the closest we ever got to seeing Kane's face at the time.
yeah, and you can
I
really
always
see
enjoyed
it.
this match. There's
Um,
also a famous picture of Kane just coming backstage, and his hair's not in front of his face, and he's bleeding, and it's from this match. And it's like it was one of those widely circulated on the internet around the time or just after or whatever kind of pictures. And yeah, this is
oh,
just
interesting.
very big memory of this feud for me. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I know Undertaker is just coming off of a brief feud with Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit before we get to Kane. And then from here, we get to Unforgiven, where they had that fatal four-way match, if I'm not mistaken. Undertaker, Chris Benoit, Kane, and Rock.
oh, was that for the title when they faked Benoit winning?
Yes, that's the one.
I've never seen that match, so that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, that is our next stop next time. But now we are here at the main event, SummerSlam 2000. I am queued up at season 13, episode 1, SummerSlam 2000, at 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 45 seconds, just as we get the title card of Kane versus The Undertaker.
Yeah, we got the promo before, right?
Yep, this is going to lead right into the promo.
Yeah, I got the title card, and JR and the King are about to just start talking here. So
Oh, perfect. So we will hit play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Kane's fifth mask, a very rarely used promo picture of Kane as well.
Yeah, very, very rare picture of Kane. But here we are seeing a recap of what we just saw. Kane's attack on The Undertaker on Monday Night Raw. And there's a real quick rivalry. It's like this was only happening like maybe a week or 2 weeks before the actual match.
Yeah, where are you? Kane's just running out now in the promo.
Yeah, I have him just
I don't-
grabbing the neck of Undertaker.
Oh, I mean, you're a little ahead of me. You pause for like 4 seconds.
Got it.
Kane just grabbed the Undertaker.
Okay. Is he throwing him through the ring now?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he missed the one which they left in the promo.
Yeah.
This must be like the last time Kane wore this attire too. The non-inverted. That's the last time Kane wore like the original black spike attire.
Oh yeah, here's his inverted tire. Yeah.
And that's probably the last time he wore the inverted attire. See, there's that promo. Well, maybe not quite the last time. All right, 10 days ago, inverted again. Oh, that's SmackDown. Kane sucker punching.
Yeah. Undertaker busted open with the chair. See, it's a real brief rivalry here leading up to this
Yeah.
match. I think it's only like a week and a half before the actual match happens.
And then I got American Badass.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Hey, hey, hey.
But this is Elite 68 SummerSlam Undertaker. One of my
With the
favorite figures.
shitty ringside re-release again of that half
That
mask.
shitty
Is
ringside.
there's 7 releases of that mask? There sure is, but who's counting? What makes it an exclusive anymore? Nothing. Not a damn thing.
It's really shitty that they included that with the hair attached to the mask. I mean,
Yeah, come on.
it's such a
I
good figure.
understand reusing molds and stuff, but yeah, come on.
I know it's such a good figure. I wish they would have just done like maybe a half of that mask cut up. That'd been great.
And then they also like painted it and it has the mouth open. And it's just, let's not even get into that.
Yeah, it's a terrible accessory they included there.
Also, Undertaker entering first.
Yeah, very
And Kane
weird.
debuting the singlet attire. Also, Kane's mask looks weird in this match. I wonder why.
I wonder why that mask looks weird.
I mean, to be fair, we could be like, okay, he he got a new attire, he got a new mask. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, and this Kane is the newest SummerSlam basic Kane.
I always like loved how Undertaker was holding on to a singlet while punching him.
Yeah,
I always
right.
thought that was kind of cool. Like keeping him in, reeled in.
Yeah, keep him real in. Don't want him to go too far.
Exactly. Yeah, this is like really monster gassed up Kane era.
It's like two big monsters fighting each other.
This is like really the point when Kane starts really getting a lot bigger than The Undertaker, though. This match never even officially starts, does it?
It does not. There's no bell, there's no count. It's just, as they said, like I think they alluded to that, like you kind of got the feeling something kabuki-ish is gonna take place. Where JR says that no referee wanted to referee this match.
When there's a ref in the ring.
Yeah, no one wanted to ref this match. Jack Doan drew the short straw.
Oh, I see.
Then he said he's just gonna let them fight it out. He's not gonna enforce any rules. So it's like you know something's going on. Yeah, Kane does look so much more huge than the Undertaker here.
When you watch the Brothers of Destruction stuff, like especially in 01, like oof, Kane's pretty. Kane's like peak of build is probably WrestleMania 17, I would say. Which makes sense, WrestleMania season, right?
Yeah.
By the time that summer rolls around, don't get me wrong, Kane's still big, but he's starting to get a little more pudgy, if you will. But like that, this next bit coming up to WrestleMania is like when he like just explodes. And then Mania, he's just absolutely massive.
I'm actually looking forward to rewatching WrestleMania 17 with you to see Kane's Hardcore Championship win and
It's a great match.
And Undertaker's fight against Triple H. So that's gonna be fun to rewatch with you too.
Yeah.
In that whole Brothers of Destruction 2001 year, such a great time to be alive. Oh, they got half the mask off.
Yeah, the top. Well, not quite half. He ripped it down the middle and then through the eye.
Oh yeah, just through the eye.
Oh, this is TLC 1, is it?
Yeah, I think the TLC match was right before this. So yeah, I think it is TLC 1. Because 2 is at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's also why. I was just thinking why the steps are moved, but it's also probably the Undertaker's entrance. Ooh, that looked rough. The steps in the face. Like that actually looked like it hit him in the face.
Yeah, I think it actually did hit him in the face. Oh man. He just tosses the steps at him.
Yeah, that could have gone bad, but it went pretty good actually.
Yeah, it went pretty
Kane
good.
is blading now. Let's focus on the Undertaker.
Kane's blading now.
Well, he is.
Well, yeah, don't give away all the secrets. Undertaker motioning to the crowd that he wants to pull that mask off.
Motioning. He said, I'm going to pull that fucking mask off. They actually bleeped it on this video.
They
There was an
did?
actual like beep. Oh yeah, there was a beep when he said "fuck it." They actually bleeped it. Yeah. Fun fact: Kane's belt is actually a snap-on belt. It's not attached to his attire in any way.
Really?
Yeah. And there have been the odd time that it has come off. I've never noticed myself, but I know Kane History More on Instagram has posted about it.
Interesting.
Had to be those steps. Yeah, thanks, Jared.
Oh,
Low blow.
damn. Kane resorting to cheap tactics here. Kane's got that Batman eye makeup.
He always blacked around the eyes.
Kane has been pushed over the edge.
This is also probably this in 2002 were like the prime era of like this to like, yeah, 2003 is like Kane's prime of moving really well too. Spear?
That's a pretty good one. I mean,
That was random. But yeah, it wasn't bad, but pretty random.
he is ripping at it. He is trying to
Oh,
unclamp this mask.
no, the crowd's starting to get alive now for it.
Yeah, they want
Is
this.
it? No, this isn't it.
No, 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 not yet. It's
I
just
knew it was a quick
in there.
match, but I was gonna say we haven't seen a chokeslam yet. I'm pretty sure we see one of those, don't we?
I think
I want a
so. I
whip
think,
reverse. Give me a whip reverse. Oh, Kane chokeslam.
oh,
Low blow. Oh, cheap tactics. Oh, here it is. Very clear shot of Kane's face.
I know, right?
I also like Kane like flips his hair up and he almost trips over Undertaker's bike.
Yeah. Is that a good night? It's not a good night to be Kane. And that infamous photo of Undertaker holding the mask up.
Very clear, very clear when he saw Kane's face though.
Yeah.
Especially in the ring there, like that shot from below.
Yeah. For him, when he's on the mat. Yeah, definitely.
Did they put the Sarah tattoo on Undertaker?
No,
Uh
I don't. They
like
have. They have
I understand why, but like that's just so iconic.
yeah, they don't. I don't. It's probably at his request.
I assume, yeah, like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So they just leave it blank. They don't. They don't give him any. They don't give him the updated tattoo or anything.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's his request because
I
I'm
wouldn't be
sure.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fair. I understand. I really like that tattoo. It's pretty iconic.
It is. It is. But yeah, that's SummerSlam 2000. Any thoughts after rewatching it again?
It was quicker than I always remember. It always is. And think about how many like bumps everybody took. Like nobody really took any bumps.
Yeah, it was more
And
like
there wasn't
brawling.
really many bumps in the ring. There wasn't, you know.
Mhm.
I don't know, it was a pretty easy match
Yeah,
for them.
it was more brawling, more back and forth action, more, the whole story is ripping at the mask. That's the story here.
Oh, of course.
But like we said, Kane and the Undertaker are not done yet because the following month, I believe September, yeah, the following month we got the Undertaker and Kane with the inclusion of Chris Benoit and The Rock fighting for the WWF Championship at Unforgiven. If I am not mistaken, I think it is
But to
Unforgiven.
be fair, that is pretty much it for Kane and Undertaker just as themselves, which is so strange that Undertaker takes Kane's mask and that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like Kane
And
doesn't have anything, a retort or a retaliation to that. And that's just the writing of the Attitude Era.
I know. And I think after Unforgiven, that is it for Undertaker and Kane meeting each other or teaming with each other until we get to the Royal Rumble. So, because you have
Is that the start of the Brothers of Destruction? Is the Rumble?
it is. It is because
Okay.
Undertaker fights Kurt Angle at Survivor Series. Then they have the 6-man Armageddon Hell in the Cell, which I'm shocked that they didn't do Kane instead of Rikishi in that. I thought Kane would be such a better fit in that kind of match than Rikishi.
Yeah, that's true. Although to be fair, at the time, Rikishi was they're pretty behind him. Like he was pretty hot coming off his heel turn. And
Oh,
stuff,
that's
right?
right. That's right. It was just after they said that he's the one that hit Austin.
Yeah, that was right after that. That was the bad man
Yeah.
stuff, whatever. So like he wasn't as hot at the time, but he was pretty. People forget how hot Rikishi was at one point in time.
Oh, I remember that. And then
Like the guy before he turned, like that's one of the worst turns of all time.
oh yeah, he was so popular with Too Cool and the dancing. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like he was super over with Too Cool and stuff, and like he could have probably like maybe not that era, but he could have probably like been a serious world champion contender, and nobody would have batted an eye at it at the time.
Yeah. I'm sure of it. Because I think No Mercy is when you get Austin and Rikishi. I think that's in October.
That would make sense.
Yeah, I think that's when you get, and then November Survivor Series, and then December you get the Armageddon Hell in the Cell. And we after Unforgiven, we don't get Undertaker, we don't get the brothers crossing a path until the Royal Rumble. And like I said, I'm looking forward to rewatching that one with you. It's one of my favorite Royal Rumbles to go back and rewatch.
Armageddon Hell in a Cell, I think that's before the Rumble, right? The month before.
Yeah, that's Armageddon.
The first pay-per-view I ever saw.
Really?
Yeah, Armageddon 2000. It was my friend's his 8th birthday, so I was still 7 at the time when I watched that.
Aw, so who this
Oh,
King face?
No, his 9th birthday, so I was 8. It was his 9th birthday. Because that was Kane and Jericho's feud
That's
as
it,
well.
Kane and Jericho.
But that was like the most. You're 8 years old, and your first pay-per-views Hell in a Cell, 6-man Hell in a Cell. It was like still like one of my favorite things to this day. Is like so incredible at the time, right? You're 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great. And then, funny enough, I went over to my daycare person's house the next month for the Rumble. So the Rumble was the first pay-per-view I saw like in a house or whatever you want to call it. And of course, Kane goes the distance just about, right?
Yeah, just about. I thought they were gonna give it to Kane until Austin.
So once again, 9-year-old me watching that, like, wow, my guy, you know?
Yeah, your guy did amazing in that Royal Rumble.
I'm still like pretty chapped that they gave the record to someone else. Like, I think that should have been one of those things, like, leave it to Kane. Like, yeah, you can have the record for most eliminations forever, you know?
Yeah, they gave it to Roman, I think, in 15.
Well, Lesnar has it now, too.
Lesnar has it? Okay.
Well, Roman had it, then Strowman got it for something, but Lesnar has it now.
Oh, okay.
I believe. Yeah, but they did give it to Roman. That year that Batista won, Roman got it.
Oh, okay, 14.
Yeah, I was pretty,
2014. 2014, a terrible year for both of us.
yeah, I was pretty chapped about that though. Like that was like the coolest thing to me. I thought that was cooler than him winning the belt, honestly, like having the Rumble record, because it was just like every year a record for the most eliminations.
Yeah, that's a great record to have.
Yeah, but alas, here we are.
Yeah. Well, but before we can get to the Rumble, we have the stop at Unforgiven, and I don't even think it's a match I've rewatched in such a long time. So I am looking forward to rewatching that next time with you to see Unforgiven.
I've never seen that match.
You've never seen it.
Yeah, I'm positive I've never seen that match.
Oh, well, this is going to be a good one then. It's something you've never seen.
I remember I used to see a WWF magazine back in the day, and I remember seeing a picture, like they put the pay-per-view results, right?
Yeah.
And there was a picture of Benoit holding the belt. And then that's like one memory that I have of that match. But yeah, I've definitely never seen it. Or if I have, I certainly don't remember it. And I don't remember it. Pretty positive I have.
Okay. So it's something you've never seen, and it's something I haven't seen in probably a decade or so. So this is gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one to rewatch.
That's fun.
Yeah, see how it all plays out. And so I think that is it. That wraps up SummerSlam 2000. Wraps up our views on it. We each have a figure from this match. I have Elite Series 68. You have the SummerSlam Basic.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Also, it's like the shittiest Kane run we made.
I know it's a terrible mask.
The body's fine, but the head is just atrocious.
It is atrocious. The hair, I like that they gave Kane different hair than what he's used.
I like that they gave him different hair, but it's not good hair. And then the mask is just hair.
Oh yeah, the mask is terrible. I don't know what they were going for.
A little better, but like a little closer, not quite. But the eyes, like, what are you doing? Why? Little Undertaker eyes with like pinprick pupils. Like, what is going on? Kane's on LSD or what? Like, terrible.
Oh my god, I know. It's a terrible basic. Terrible basic, and I hope.
I don't know if we've spoken about this as much on your show or not, but I know I've talked to you, and I put it in my posts a lot. But man, like, what happened? Like back in the day, basics. Like I remember, I have a basic Orton that's loose from way back 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You can read his tattoos, like he has writing on the back of his arms. You can read it. Like, what happened to that? And they can't even get spikes on Kane's mask properly. Like,
I know.
What happened?
I know. It just became like real dumbed down how they create these things.
Like, it seems like where the effort really goes, and it's not even as much effort as back in the day, but it seems like the effort's in the Ultimates now.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's where the true effort lies. And even that isn't perfect, as evidenced by Kane's Ultimate and such.
Yeah. Even that has faults, as we have seen.
Yeah, that they had the re-release arms and heads for. Like, you're not doing something right.
Poor Kane. He is always getting the short end of the stick in for these figures. It's just atrocious.
Yeah, I'm happy. We were talking about it a little bit before, but you got your SummerSlam 2001 Undertaker. We were talking about how, in my opinion, it's a very lackluster ringside exclusive.
It is.
And you were mentioning that you thought it'd be a 2-pack with Kane, but then I made the comment like, well, when are we going to get a SummerSlam 2001 Kane? When are we going to get that attire that he wore for a year? It's never been released in figure form. WrestleMania 18 attire Kane that has never been released.
Yeah.
Jax or Mattel. When are we going to get it? Who knows? But we get Undertaker in a match nobody remembers that his straps pulled down. There you go.
Hey, I'll take my small wins where I can get them. But I would have much preferred if it would have came in a 2-pack with 2 WCW belts, 2 WWF belts. They could have
that'd be cool.
They could have really gone all out on a nice 2-pack of the Brothers of Destruction. Maybe make it, half of it be flames and half of it be like purple smoke or something like that, so you can make it like a Brothers of Destruction 2-pack, even 2.
They weren't WWF champs at the time, though, were they?
They were WCW champs.
They won the WCW titles, but I didn't think they were WWF tag champs at the time, were they?
Yep.
I thought they won those later.
No, they became holding both of them at this match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
For
that's,
some reason, I thought they beat the Dudleys at a later point. It's the Dudleys they beat, right?
I think it's Edge and Christian they beat. I think the Dudleys beat them.
Kane and Taker.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess that's like no two-man power trip was around this time. No,
No,
I guess
hang
not. That
on.
was
They beat they
oh
beat I did this with Randy Turco. Hang on. They beat the natural born thrillers of Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare,
who did?
Undertaker and Kane. That's how they get the titles.
The WWF tag
Yes.
titles?
Yeah.
Chuck Palumbo was WWF tag team
Because they had that
champion with
invasion.
oh, I know, but they were WWF tag team champions?
Yeah.
No way.
And then they won the WCW ones from DDP and Canyon in this steel cage.
No way that they were WWF tag champs.
Something like that. Or maybe they were WCW and Kane and Undertaker won the WWF from Canyon and DDP.
I'm looking this
It
up.
was ridiculous how it all turned, how they meshed.
I know Kane and Undertaker beat Booker T and Test for a set of tag belts at one time.
Oh my. No.
I'm looking. Don't worry. We got live on the air here for you. Did you know the 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty were tag champs?
Stop it.
I'm serious.
Stop.
I'm dead serious.
I'm going through
All
this.
right. Yeah, well, I'll find it. I'm almost there.
Yeah, they captured
I
it.
do like that Too Cool was tag champs at some point.
They Undertaker and Kane win the WCW tag titles from the Natural Born Thrillers, Sean O'Hare, Chuck Palumbo.
Okay, they beat Edge and Christian going into the two-man power trip match. That's what you're thinking of.
They beat Edge and Christian, yes, on the SmackDown. And then they beat DDP and Canyon to capture the WWF at SummerSlam. So they beat Edge and Christian on the SmackDown going into the two-man power trip.
Okay, yeah, DDP and Canyon beat the Acolytes.
Yes.
I was gonna say the Natural Born were WCW then.
That's it. That's the one I was thinking.
Okay. I was gonna say there's absolutely no way that the Natural Born were WWF.
That's what I was thinking of. They were WC. That's right. Undertaker and Kane walk in with WCW and they walk out with both.
I didn't know they had both for some reason.
Yeah, and then they lose the they lose the WWF ones to the Dudleys.
Oh, I didn't look that far.
And I think they lose a WCW to Booker T and Test. I think that's what
yeah, they lose to Booker T and Test.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I was on like a trivia show and they said that's what the question was. The question was, other than Stevie Ray, who was the only person that won a WCW tag title with Booker T? And I knew the answer because I knew it was Test because I remembered that weird tag team for that little period of time.
Yeah. And then we have to get, and then in the middle of this, we have to get to the Chronic match at Unforgiven.
Oh, that must be. So what's next? We got Unforgiven, the Rumble.
We got Unforgiven, the Rumble. Then we got
a whole pile of matches. Then
we got No Way Out. We have WrestleMania where we talk about your guy.
Probably a bunch of Raw stuff, isn't there?
Probably. There's going to be a whole bunch of Raw and SmackDowns.
Because Kane and Undertaker are tagging regularly at that point. Yeah,
we can
take a little while before we get to Chronic. Because when's Chronic? September?
Yeah, we will combine Raws and SmackDowns into episodes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because they'll be shorter matches.
Mm-hmm.
When's the Chronic match?
September, October.
Unforgiven 2001.
Which is September, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It just keeps saying Unforgiven 2001. Okay, great. When?
And then you got the Invasion and you got Survivor Series.
It has to be after. Yeah, it's after the summer because they're WCW.
Yeah.
Come on, Unforgiven. September 2001. Yeah.
There you go.
Oof. Yeah, I can't believe you've never seen that.
And then I think, yeah, then after 2001, I don't know. I think they do something in 2002 later on.
Uh, Not really. Like the only thing they did in 2002 was a little bit in that Rumble.
Yeah, and that's
Or
how.
that was the 2003 Rumble, actually. Sorry,
Yeah, and then
that's the
wow.
last
So
thing. And then
2000,
and next
2001's
thing,
a
the next thing
2000.
we have is going into Mania 22 almost, but then no more Snitsky and Heidenreich. So
Yeah, we have 2001 and then really nothing until 2004.
yeah, they're on separate brands for a long time, though, right?
Yeah, and then we get 2007. Yeah, wow.
Right, that random ECW World Champion tag matches.
Amazing. Amazing. So it's going to be fun. It's a fun ride we are on.
A long ride, yes.
Long ride. So any closing remarks before we wrap up SummerSlam 2000?
Don't watch the Chronic match before you get the watch with me. I want your entire live reaction because you've never seen that match. You said, right?
If I have seen it, it has been decades. Probably I saw it
Don't
live.
watch it with Randy Turco. Don't watch it without me.
I will not
I
watch
want
it.
your first time reaction on that match because
I will not watch it with. I will not watch with anybody besides you.
that match sucks. It's so bad.
You are building it up so well. I love it.
Oh man, like I said, the last episode where you talked about Undertaker chewing out the Big Show, and I never noticed until you pointed it out, which he did. But you want
Deservingly
chewing out.
so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you want chewing out like, wow. Undertaker screams and swears in the middle of the ring in this match.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
When I haven't seen this match for like a number of years now, but I remember when I first started wrestling, I sort of was like, oh, I wonder what's so bad about this match. And like I watched it and I'm like, wow, what the fuck? Like what is it's basically it's not even that Kane and Undertaker are doing anything wrong. It's basically like what the fuck is Chronic doing? What are you guys doing? So it's very exciting.
Oh my God. Yeah, what the fuck?
For real, it's like, what are you doing? Like,
Oh,
why? Like,
you're the best.
I don't want to spoil any of it, but man,
You're the absolute best. You're the absolute best. And I can't wait to watch this with you. I promise I will not watch this with anybody else besides you. I can't wait. So
aren't you and Randy doing all his title wins or something? I thought you would have got to this.
Yes, we did. We already did all the title wins. We didn't do the title like the fences or anything.
Yeah, but they won the WCW belts in that match, or the WWF tag belts.
No, they regained. They defended, and they won it.
No, but they beat DDP and Canyon for the W. Oh, but that wasn't that show that they won them.
That was SummerSlam.
But I thought they won them on that show.
They won it. They won the WCW on SummerSlam, or the WWF at SummerSlam. And when they faced Chronic, it was a defense.
Oh, yeah, duh. I don't know what I'm thinking here right now. My brain just like stopped working for a second. Never mind. Okay.
And on that closing remarks, Creatures of the Nights and Kanenites, I thank you for another wonderful episode of joining us both here, my brother of destruction from Canada, for joining us for another trip down memory lane between the Brothers of Destruction, The Undertaker, and Kane, the best story ever told. And by the looks of it, we are not even done yet, folks, as we have got plenty of fun, more matches, memories, and a shitload of a real crap ton of a match and Chronic. It looks like we have to look forward to. So I can't wait. I know Kane and I can't wait. And so I just invite you to join us here each and every time, ladies and gentlemen. Same Taker time, same Taker channel, as we keep on rolling, baby. As always, thank you, Kanenite10. It is always a pleasure.
Of course.